You brothers and sisters want to see something ridiculous. Lately, there's this surge of brothers and sisters who are trying to exclude so-called Hispanics and Seminole Indian as well as North American Indians from the tribes of Israel, which is ridiculous. So, in turn, I went and found various posts that I use occasionally to debunk their lunacy of the so-called Hispanics as well as the North American Indians not being Israelites. And here's one in particular I use. See, this is all me going back and forth with this guy. Here's a video and other people have jumped on the post, and it's just ridiculous. Here's one that I posted. Let's see if I can make it larger so you can read. It says, name of the article is it's by the Literary Digest. It was printed September 21st. It looks like 1912. It's kind of hard to distinguish and read. But when you come to the right side, maybe 2 paragraphs and a half down, it reads, check this out yourselves. It says, like the Hebrews, the Indians were first visited by the Europeans. Were very religious people, yet they had entirely escaped the idolatry which was common to almost all the ancient peoples. It says they acknowledged but one God, the Great Spirit, and the name by which he was known as, looks like it says Al, A-L-E, the old Hebrew name for the Most High. In their dances, they were heard to say distinctly, Hallelujah. Again, I'm going to read it again. In their dances, they were heard to say distinctly, Hallelujah, or praise to Jah, the very word which was used by the Hebrews themselves. They kept annual festivals which resembled those of the Mosaic rituals. They performed morning and evening sacrifices and offered to their first fruits to the Most High. They practiced the rites of circumcision and collaborated a feast like that of the tabernacles. They had cities of refuge to which even a murderer might flee and be safe. Same process or same laws we had at one time. So, you know, I posted that, and the brothers are still you can't prove that they're the Israelites, meaning the Indians, so-called Indians. You can't prove that they're one of the tribes with the scriptures. You can't prove that the Hispanics are one of the tribes of scriptures. But this is not good enough evidence. Like, these brothers don't use any form of literature, historic-wise, to back up some of the points as far as the so-called blacks being Jews. But you can read the rest of that on your own. It's a pretty good article. Read the rest of that on your own. So then, when you come down, I found another article. And it's very difficult to read. It says this reader is a remarkable instance like hundreds of others, for it's a striking similarity to Jewish customs, to the kerns or korin in Hebrew, the horns worn by the Abyssinian chief and the Hebrews, as a symbol of power and command, worn by great parades and celebration of victories. It says, where it says, it is now practiced among those tribes very nearly as it was amongst the Jews. So another custom of the Indians are, you know, what they would wear, the fringes, the horns, the type of garments they wore, were directly related to our forefathers in North America. I mean, our forefathers, the Hebrew Israelites. See that? It's a pretty good one. So I went to this one, stones. It says the evidence discovered among various tribes of Indians of the truth of their Hebrew extraction and of the divinity of the Old Testament seem almost like finding, seem almost like finding in various regions of the world of America, various scraps of ancient Hebrew Testament, Old Testament, sorry. You gotta forgive me because it's very difficult to read these. I'll read it again. It says, in the various regions of the world, of the wilds of America, sorry, various scrapped of ancient Hebrew Testament, Old Testament, one in one wild, another in another, inscribed on some durable substance in evident Hebrew language and character, through much defaced by the lapse of ages. And these were found, here's one is found in Mexico, another by Bat Creek Stone in Tennessee, one in a group of them in Newark, Ohio. Actually, two in Newark, Ohio. But look at the Hebrew writing on these by so-called Mexicans and North American Indians. How could you dispute that? Oh, those are dark-skinned Jews that brought those artifacts to Tennessee and Ohio. Come on, man. Come on. Here's another one. The Lost Lunar Stone, ancient Hebrew, the Ten Commandments, the Mount of Los Landes, New Mexico. Lunas in New Mexico. So, after all, posting all that, the brother, this fool, he comes back with, right here. See right here, it says, brother, before I answer your question, can you answer mine? Did the Most High reveal to you by reading his word that the Hispanics and natives are Indians or Israelites? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I come back and I said, did you read the historical facts did you read the historical fact stating that the natives are Israelites? Then I asked another brother, did you read the historical fact stating that natives are Israelites? He comes back again, Bakwash, did you read the Bible and the Spirit revealed to you that the Hispanics and natives are Indians? So none of this means anything. Any of these historic facts mean anything. 800 ancient stones with Hebrew writing in Puerto Rico, authenticated. It says a remnant of ancient stones, 20 of 800, sorry, made its way halfway across the world, solving a 3,500-year-old mystery. What did these stones whisper about? Pre-Columbian, see that? Pre-Columbian indigenous people of the island of Puerto Rico. After rigorous academic testing, anthropologists, historians, academics, and millions of Puerto Ricans finally have scientific evidence that reveal the language of the stones. Hebrew when you read the whole article. So how do you explain? You got to be stupid not to acknowledge that the so-called North American Indians and Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Hispanics, Colombians, people of Uruguay are the real Jews. You gotta be an idiot. I'm out.